Тогда я мог тебя взять, но ты не моя. Так дайте пацанам посчитать потери. Суммы нули погибают на сцене. Снова один, прогуляюсь без тени. Заливай один, поцелуй на шею. Там правда назад, черный каскад. Вижу твой взгляд, степ многояд. Мог тебя взять, но ты не моя. Так дайте пацанам посчитать потери. Суммы нули погибают на сцене. Снова один, прогуляюсь без тени. Заливай один, поцелуй на шею. Правда назад, черный каскад. Вижу твой взгляд, степ многояд. Мог тебя взять, но ты не моя. Так дайте пацанам посчитать потери. Суммы нули погибают на сцене. Снова один, прогуляюсь без тени. Заливай один, поцелуй на шею. Правда назад, черный каскад. Вижу твой взгляд, степ многояд. Мог тебя взять, но ты не моя. Так дайте пацанам посчитать потери. Суммы нули погибают на сцене. Снова один, прогуляюсь без тени. Заливай один, поцелуй на шею. Правда назад, черный каскад. Вижу твой взгляд, степ многояд. Мог тебя взять, но ты не моя. Так дайте пацанам посчитать потери. Суммы нули погибают на сцене. Снова один, прогуляюсь без тени. Заливай один, поцелуй на шею. Правда назад, черный каскад. Вижу твой взгляд, степ многояд. Мог тебя взять, но ты не моя.
Kick. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. Used to eat Chinese on the late nights. Had to lay with a hater who would throw shade wife. Box like an ocean, I ain't think twice. Turned into Larry Bird, homie, that's a great white. Spell victory on the lips, then she get dismissed. When you kiss, tell me what it tastes like. If she ain't thick, then you know the face nice. If it got a switch, then the cake's baked right. Back at HU, used to hit Ho Chi, laid up in Cook Hall, couldn't get no sleep. Mambo sauce, fried rice, 4 wings. Gotta step around a dope fiend when I leave. Y'all know me, high be smoke free, but I'm higher than the kite that you let go free. Train wreck, peer pressure by the homies. Now I'm sitting in the coupe looking like Smokey. Acting like I'm finna OD, Brody like chill. You good for real, just a little weed, you ain't take no pills. All you probably need is a late night meal. Tried to explain I'm a drinker, he cut me off. Told me ride with him in the drop. We gon' pick it up, but I'm putting in the order now. What you want from the Chinese spot? I be like,
hello, China One. Okay, what your order?
let me get a
3 rings, chicken fried rice, 1 egg roll,
man, let me get a
soy sauce, no duck sauce. Okay, 15 minutes.
I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. Yeah, hey, I remember green run nights, fried wings with the rice going in with the drink. Hey, lit with the dogs getting high off life mixed in with the dang. Hey, one to the left probably getting to a fight, so you know we gon' bang. Hey, one to my right didn't even say bye, slid off with a skank. Yeah, send her to pick up the food when she finished the boy off. Tell her don't flex on me, you know what I like, and please do not forget the soy sauce. That's when I called her, tryna add to the order. Told her it's dead though. Matter of fact, cause the head cold, go ahead little baby and get you an egg roll. Every hood got a China walk or a China one or a China wonder. Well ready to supply the block, and in 15 minutes they defying hunger. I would hit them on my live nights when I'm super faded and I died twice. Tell the lady on the line like chicken wings with the fried rice.
Okay, here your wonton soup with spare rib, $12, okay?
I ain't order no spare ribs.
That your order.
That's not my order.
No,
I had 3
you pay now. No free food.
I'm not paying for this. Where are my wings at?
You order soup, you pay now.
Lady, you must be crazy. I'm gone. I'm not paying for that.
You still out food, I call police.
You did good, sick.
It's us.
What's up, Grant? Russian song. Yeah, I'll check it out after this one. How you doing?
Damn it, I'm on another planet. Why they call me out enough, you'll never understand it. Keep the strap on me just in case I'm ever stranded. Ready to up the fire, now you looking like I'm busting pomegranate. Hop in the Mercedes spaceship, don't panic. Crash landing low, Louisiana like I'm planned it. It's strictly no photos, especially if they're candid. She call me daddy cause be mine and I demand it. Branded, it's over on my G5, now bandits. Ain't no super side, but we all know that you stand it. The way I play the hand that I was dealt, you think I'm gambit. Holding up the 5-9 skull like I'm Hamlet. I'm in New Orleans off the it's like I'm Sean Payton. Hit my line, I said not today. Saving fine, dining in a pair of cries, scripting kimber. Bunch of money turning family ops with a pair of guys. So they take none of them serious. They just made me curious of how they so, but they'll never have a period. Those are where the ceiling is. Donald Trump interior. Give from Syria. Can't finish. Invader. Then evade the conversation. Checking expiration dates, my only moderation. From broke in a share to $1 billion valuation. Still that skinny taking Caucasian.
Ate a cheap croissant like pastry. Yeah, I love pastry. I'm Italian, man. You ever had sfogliatelle? Sfogliatelle? It's like a crispy, kind of ribbony pastry with like Italian cream in it. A little bit of powdered sugar. They call it sfogliatelle. They call it sfogliatelle. That's probably one of my favorite pastries in the world, actually. But yeah, I love pastry. No, what's up, Nader? I actually had some. I had what I call some. I had some Nader porn saved for you. Where is it? Where's the Nader porn at? Let's see. Is this? Tell me if this is like AI or a video game or something, because this is just too crazy. Like, check this out. Like, no way a fucking plane this size could take off like this. Oh, it's a video game? I was gonna say. Flight sim. You can take off. You can take off from a fucking. From a. Oh my god! Why am I blanking on it? Whatever. You could take off from a runway that short from a ship like that. Yeah, this looks crazy. And some other stuff too. Here's a female Marine drill instructor. She actually kills it, I think.
46, 45, 45, 43, 42, 40, 39, 37, 36, 35, 40, 52, 30, 29, 27, 40, 19, 19, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at me. Run. Shoot. 50 now. 20.
She was doing a countdown. She was counting down from 20.
19, 19, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 out of 6, 541. I promise you screaming is not an option. Yeah, that one's still not freaking screaming, so run. Stop. Fix it now. 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 40.
She kind of crushes it there. She's got that Marine drill instructor rasp. That seasoned rasp. That only comes with like fucking, months and years of fucking yelling. This was cool. This was cool.
This pilot was told that 6 F-35s were flying past him, and his reaction was priceless.
Blue Street 5509, flight heading 200.
Heading 200, Blue Street 5509.
Blue Street 5509, traffic 12 o'clock, opposite direction, 10 miles. A F-35 at 4,000 feet northbound.
All right, negative contact, Blue Street 5509.
Tabor 31, flight heading 030. Blue Street 5509er, just heads up that traffic passing below you, flight of 6 F-35s, all at 4,000.
5509, traffic's in sight, too close for missile, switching to guns.
Hey, that might be the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, man.
This pilot was told that...
That was amazing. Too close to missiles, switching to guns. Where was it? There's some tourists. A10 whizzed by some tourists.
Is he gonna go over us? Are you gonna get a picture?
Mary Ellen, or somebody, do pictures. I'm getting video.
Camera, Mary. Oh my God. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow, that's really close.
Oh my God.
You! I hope he doesn't hit the mountain. Wow.
Woo! Oh my God.
Wow. Is he?
I can't believe they're shelving that thing. Like, it's just way too iconic. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't have much time left, right? Or is it already phased out? JD Vance went on Theo Vaughn. I'm not surprised. Oh, there's some kind of new Army aircraft they're working into the rotation.
So after nearly 4 decades of use, the Army's finally swapping out the UH-60 Blackhawk with the Bell V-280 Utility Tactical Transport Aircraft System. The V-280 Valor can travel up to speeds of 300 knots or 556 kilometers per hour, which equals out to 300.
Never confirmed nor done it. We used to to buzz just offshore of Myrtle Beach and 50 feet above the water, above around spring break time. That's nice. Yeah, that definitely never happened. Yep.
145 miles per hour. They can also don dual hooks that can carry up to 10,000 pounds. And according to Bell and Lockheed Martin, they're saying that it's going to have a combat range of up to 500 to 800 nautical miles. Apparently, they'll be capable of carrying a crew of 4, including 2 pilots in the cockpit and 2 gunners in the back, as well as up to 14 troops on top of that. Now, on Tuesday, Bell CEO Lisa Atherton and Governor Greg Abbott announced that Fort Worth, Texas was going to be where the company's new facility was going to be built, which is going to create more than 500 jobs after it opens up in 2025. The plant is apparently going to be $632 million to build, and they're aiming to deploy these things for the first time in 2031. So after nearly 4 decades of...
That's a Blackhawk rifle? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where was it? There's another one I had here. Where was it? I love these. These are great. Like these I support LGBT memes.
Well, hundreds of thousands of people have taken part in Berlin's annual Pride Parade.
That's such a... I fucking love that shit. think this was another one? I think it might have been. Yeah, like that, yeah. Share a couple, yeah. Let me get you. I'll get you the other one too.
While hundreds of thousands of people have taken part in Berlin's annual Pride Parade.
Like I imagine this would be like the kind of meme that Grumple would share. This is definitely a Grumple meme for sure. Is there another one?
When you listen to a woman tell
This one was interesting. I think you've probably seen this before. This one's been around for a while, but this was some U.S. aircraft engaging with like somebody on Chinese comms, probably on a ship or something.
American aircraft. This is the PLA Air Force.
They're like our service members are flying over these, international waters, obviously like getting pretty close to places that you shouldn't go, but the thing is like the American service members and pilots are like just super calm with the way that they respond to some of these like Chinese air traffic controllers or military comms people. But the comms people are like super aggressive, man, and it's just it just feels like they're like one misunderstanding could cause World War III from some kind of stupid shit,
You are approaching Chinese airspace. Keep a safe distance or you'll be intercepted.
PLA fighter aircraft. This is U.S. Navy P-8 on VHF 121.5. I hold you off my left wing, and I intend to continue to proceed to the west.
U.S. aircraft, this is Chinese Navy warship. You are approaching me. Keep safe distance away from me. Over.
I'm a United States military aircraft, and I will remain a safe distance from your unit.
I'm warning you again. Leave immediately, or you will bear forward responsibility for all the consequences.
Like our pilots are super chill and they're just like fucking. It's like, bro, relax, man. We're just going from A to B. All right, get off our ass. A few days ago, I received a U.S. Navy ad on Snapchat asking me to join Navy Special Ops on Snapchat while scrolling through the stories on those I follow. It was about a 5-second long ad. Yeah, they've been pushing real hard with ads. All the branches. All the branches have been pushing super hard with ads lately. I think the other ones that I had were on a different platform. I had a bunch saved where there was one that I had saved where it was like European flyovers versus American flyovers, and like the European flyover was just like one commercial jet, like one commercial airliner just flying over a soccer match, and then they go to the American ones and it's just doesn't even come close to comparing. But I think I have that over on something else. Sounds about right, yeah. Anyways, I'm just hopping on for like an hour or two just to I got some stuff I got to get ready for work tomorrow, so I was just gonna play like some. Well, I'm gonna play a Grand Design song here real quick, and then it's only like 2.5 minutes long, and I was just like watch a video or two. Just kind of chill out, relax while I do some work. Always fun to do the flowers, yeah. I'll never forget. I remember I was at NTC in Fort Irwin, and we were doing we were attached to First Armor out of Fort Bliss because we were supposed to deploy to Syria, and that deployment eventually got canceled because we fell on a mission that didn't allow us to leave the country for 2 years. But when we were in NTC, I remember, I'll never forget, I was riding a Humvee, just riding down this fucking dark, lonely road with the sunset in the distance, and like we could see like these fucking like 3 helicopters coming towards us, and they were flying super low, and as they got closer and closer, it got louder and louder, and they fucking flew right over us, like maybe like fucking like 20 feet above the Humvee. And I was just like, man, I love this country so much. I love this country so fucking much, bro. Just the sound of them, the feeling and the sound of them, like just going right over us. It was all like Blackhawks or something like that. And I was like, man, I fucking love this country. Do you like flying? I mean, I like getting on a plane and going somewhere. I don't fly. Nader's the flyer here. Yeah, I enjoy airports. I like flying. I enjoy all that.
Давит осень, ни с кем он до утра, ты не в курсе. Вытри слезы по трассе, бэха, по ветру, чувств так пусто. Но завтра его не найти даже среди бывших. По клубам опять, он там потерял королеву среди пустышек. Газ, пол, мотор ревет, будто ща нас поднимет в облака. Он скоро поймет, что перестала ждать его звонка. Мы угораем, твой пацан не так опасен. Если кто-то будет напрягать, звони, Джига на связи.
Накину худи, прыгну в М5, макан на всю и ветер дует. Пока ты где-то там по бару жмешь другую, а мне уже по барабану. Газпол, я еду прямо, очищаю карму. Худи, моя М5, неси меня, и вот что будет. Пока он по рукам кайфует, а мне уже все по бокам, я не ревную. Накалан бокал, девочка танцует.
Эй, суппорта надел, кружки GTM, грубый беспредел.
Слева брат, справа брат, банды мы в аппарат. Полный бак, МСК from ЕК. Вместе на клуб пора, тут так много девчат. Каждый рад, ну а я в этом клубе. Если честно, без тебя и не кайфую. Пусть город знает, без нее я не тусую. Думай, что хочешь, никого здесь не целую. Братья, танцуйте, я за ней, я верну ее.
Накину худи, прыгну в М5, макан на всю и ветер дует. Пока ты где-то там по барам жмешь другую, а мне уже по барабану. Газпол, я еду прямо, очищаю карму. Худи, моя М5, неси меня, и вот что будет. Пока он по рукам кайфует, а мне уже все по бокам, я не ревную. Накалан бокал, девочка танцует.
There you go. There you go. I remember. I don't know shit about Russian music, but I remember a fucking boss used to listen to like Russian Sigma music all the time, and I was like, yeah, I can jam to this. This is kind of more like house, kind of clubby stuff. But I do dig Russian culture. I used to work with a Russian bartender, and fucking man, like every time I work with him, he'd be like, "You want a shot?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What are we doing? We're doing Jameson. What are we doing?" It's like, No, we're not doing Jameson. We're doing vodka. And we just literally just drink vodka all night. It's the only context that I'll ever drink vodka in. Only context I'll ever drink vodka in is if I'm hanging out with Russian people or Lithuanian or Latvian people or Eastern European people. Fuck. Okay. I'm just gonna put on a couple videos and get some of this work done. I got something here from, well, Asmongold. Got to start with an Asmongold, but this is Asmongold talking about Tectone and Hassan and Frogan. Couple of Nader's favorite people on the planet. You know. What else we got there? Don't ever had vodka by itself. Well, I mean, you know, it just depends. Like there's some vodka. I don't personally like vodka. I bartended for a long time. I just think vodka's boring. There's just nothing there for me. You know, I much prefer either single malt scotches or like mezcal or something like that. Those are my two go-tos. But if I'm hanging out with Russian people and it's a good vodka, then yeah, I'll have a couple shots. You know, but they go way too far. They'll drink like a whole bottle to themselves, and it's like, I can't do that, bro. I gotta not die. You know. Asmongold's a cult leader. Oh man, he's not. He's just a normie, spicy centrist. That's it. That's all he is. He's not a cult leader. Even the people in his chat push back on him. You know, even the people, like, even if you have people in your chat that are pushing back on you, that means you're literally not in a cult. Because a cult is a bubble, dude. Cult is the definition of a bubble. And, you know, from what I've seen, he's got, you know, people, you know, challenging him, and they're not just fucking agreeing with everything he says, like people in Hassan's chat. Go-to's McAllen 18 double tap? Yeah. Yeah. My go-to is usually Lafroig. I usually go Lafroig. I got into single malts with Lagavulin. And I still love Lagavulin, but usually like my go-to's Lafroig. I'll definitely fucking crush some fucking McAllen. I'll crush some Ardbeg. But yeah, I just love single malts. And ever since I moved to Texas, I've been getting a lot into mezcal. Eat fish and pickles and drinking vodka? Yeah, I know. I know. Yep. All right, just watch a couple videos here. I'm gonna try to get some work done. Let's see what we got going on. I'm on Asmon King, the newly crowned king of the right wing, Asmongold. Let's see what he's got for us.
We will look at the Tectone ban.
Well, boys, look where we're at once again. Yep.
Bro, he already switched sides. He's even got the kick keyboard now. Holy shit. That took, what did that take, like 5 minutes?
You read the title right. I have been banned for the third time in about 60 days. This one looks like it's going to be my longest ban yet. Yes, it looks like I will be banned for 7 long days on Twitch. Will they let me appeal it? I don't know, but I assure you when I tell you why I've gotten banned, man, I bet you're gonna think, wow, that's completely justified. Wow, that really makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely won't be hypocritical and preferential treatment towards people on the far left once again. Yes, if you want to do me a favor, I will be streaming every single day at 9 a.m. CST on YouTube and Kick. Kick especially, I'm going to be linking in my description. And
yeah, he saw that revenue payout from me. Yeah, of course.
A follow on that stream would be genuinely, incredibly helpful, as well as tune into the YouTube live stream. And the most important thing, please subscribe to my channel and turn the bell on for all notifications. This has been the most successful past 75 days of my career ever. I have gained over 80,000 subscribers in a short 70 days. I am up.
By the way, I'm not endorsing this Tectone guy. From what I hear, he's been, I think he's like he's an SAer, I think. I don't know. He's got some kind of, I heard like his dad committed SA when he was in the military, and then Tectone committed. I don't know anything about this guy except some of the surface level stuff they've been talking about him recently. So I'm not saying he's a cool guy or I'm endorsing him, but he does mention like Frogan and Hassan and like all these other people. So I watched like a little bit of it earlier. I don't know who this guy is. I didn't know who this guy was until like maybe a month ago. And he's just been mixing it up with you know, Hassan and Frogan and getting banned because I think he called like Frogan fat. He called Frogan fat or something like that, and Twitch banned him for that. Twitch banned him for that. They banned him for calling Hassan a like a murder enthusiast or something like that because of like bringing on the Houthi rebels guy or whatever. I don't know. I mean, this is why I'm gonna move away from Twitch at some point. This is exactly why. It's just not even. It just seems like inevitable, you know. I mean, even for such a small channel like mine that doesn't fucking get like any kind of visibility like these people do. It's just not worth it. One fucking person that thinks they're a fucking deer is gonna jump into my chat one day and just see fucking Shang Gang and a bunch of other people going off, about certain things. Conrad, everybody, and just be like, yeah, this is a fucking Nazi channel. See you later. You know, Frogan is fat. Yeah. Frogan's frog looking. Yeah, I mean, well, look, I did not say that. Okay, Twitch, I did not say that. I'm just saying what I think Tectone got banned for, which was that. I think he said like Frogan is fat. Can you imagine though getting banned for that? Just something as simple as that. It's ridiculous, man. Fuck Twitch, bro.
Coming on 900,000, and you know what comes next? 1 million. It's been a dream of mine for over 7 million to eventually hit that number, and it's crazy because I think it actually might finally be attainable. For 7 years, I've been trying to get this.
Look how fat he is. Oh my God. Jesus.
And it's thanks to a lot of people like Asmongold who shouted out my kick channel, and I gained 8,000 follows in 5 minutes, which was insane.
What?
Hasanabi for being a perpetual dumbass and allowing me to farm him for the past 3 weeks and gaining over, I think I've gained about 25,000 subs off of just Hassan content alone, which really isn't that much, but it still is quite nice.
Sure.
And most importantly, just the overall perpetual cycle of retards on the internet that I get to make content of every single day. Because here at twitch.tv/Tectone, youtube.com/Tectone, kick.com/Tectone, we make a living off of making fun of dumb people. It's great. Now, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Please like the video, please leave a comment, and share this with your friends. And by the way, if you are a streamer reacting to this or a YouTuber reacting to this, I fully consent to this, and I greatly encourage it. And I really appreciate you sharing some light on the absolute hypocrisy of Twitch. Now, with all that plugging out of the way, the sheer stupidity of this all is truly mind-boggling. So I want to walk you through the first time I ever got warned. So to remind you guys, the first time I ever got banned was me saying that Denim's only good content was on her OnlyFans and nobody should consider her worth listening to. Which, you know, to be honest, it was a little bit mean, but where's the lie? The second time I got banned was, and this one, I believe it was the second or the third. I'm trying to remember. The first time I ever got banned, I believe, was...
I didn't know he got suspended for that.
For telling a Twitch chatter to kill themselves. Which, to be completely honest, that was completely justified. I was reacting to anime. I told them to put a shotgun in their mouth and kill themselves. And to be fair, totally reasonable. I absolutely wear that wear that ban as a badge of dishonor because I went over the deep end that day. I was very grumpy, to be fair. And I had a really big tummy ache too, but I have not ever told a chatter to kill themselves since then. I have learned from my mistake. Now, the next time I got banned was me calling everybody's favorite streamer, Frogan, fat. Now, I want to remind you that Frogan is roughly 5'2" and roughly 300 pounds. So I got banned for a descriptor. I called Frogan fat. I get banned for 2 weeks. It gets appealed down to 2 days and 18 hours, roughly.
Sure.
And by the way, this is after her saying that all American soldiers deserve PTSD, and as well as America deserve 9/11. Yes.
I think that was Hassan that said that, but the PTSD, and she never got in trouble for that either.
Oh, by the way, she didn't get banned for that. Now, let's talk about why I got banned this time.
Okay, here we go.
It's actually due to 2 streamers.
Here we go.
Not 1, but 2. And this is great. So, here it is. 7-day suspension for sexual requests, graphic or derogatory sexual statements, or unwanted sexual content. And you might be wondering, oh, techie, what did you do this time?
Right.
Well, there are 2 streamers who have been really talking about me for months. Actually, what's crazy is talking about me for years.
What?
And their names are Denims and Minx. Yep. Oh, man. You know where this is going, guys.
Uh-oh.
So this is a whole clip of Denims mocking my trauma about worrying about my father when I told a story about how when he was deployed, he got his legs, the skin of his legs completely blown off, as well as his ear cut off in the war, and her laughing in my fucking face and saying that he fucking deserved it and that I probably made up the entire story. That's the first clip. Here's the second one. This is Denims calling me a sexual predator on Kick. Very fun. To a total of time of recording, 47,000 people. But if we go further, it actually reached 1 million people. And trust me,
that's a lot to say.
Denims and I have a very shady history because I don't know why. This woman is absolutely obsessed with me. Now, here is Denims once again.
Yeah, it was weird. Denims was in Austin, and she was hanging out with other people, but she never wanted to hang out with me. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. What could possibly be the reason?
Calling me a...
From the game Acquire Obscure. Yeah, everybody's been raving about Expedition 33. I might have to play it at some point because a lot of people say it's kind of like a... It's kind of like a tribute to old school Final Fantasy stuff. You know, like turn-based RPG. And from what I hear, I've not heard one person say a bad thing about Expedition 33. I haven't played an RPG like that in a very long time, so it'd be interesting to see. But yeah, usually Asmongold's playing like some Skyrim music though, which I really dig. I probably have like maybe, I don't know, 10 or 20 hours in Skyrim. I never finished it. I still have my saved game on my Xbox. And I actually picked it up like a month ago and played it all day, literally, and it was super fun. But I love the music in Skyrim. It's just really fucking ethereal almost. So usually it's got some Skyrim stuff, but yeah, I might have to check out Expedition 33 at some point.
Rapist and saying I can't sue her because it's not defamation, because in her words, I did that shit.
Denims, wait, what?
The reason Tectone can't sue me is because he did that shit.
And there's a whole bunch of other goodies in that clip. Yes.
Okay, so so here's what's so stupid about this is that if she's calling him a rapist and a sex pest, even if it is true, she doesn't know that. She has no information on that. She has no insight into this. She doesn't have any fucking idea. She's just saying this randomly.
I want to let you know that this woman is so obsessed with harassing me that she is now at the point where she knows that she might need lawyers.
And that's also another good point. Like, whenever you're having a conversation with your chat about whether it's defamation or not, I think that there's maybe you should think twice about why you're doing that.
In the very near future for slandering my name and defaming me on a daily basis.
Yes.
Yes. A woman who has gone live and attempted to call me a criminal, call me a rapist, tell me my father deserved to have his legs blown off and his ears cut off, which, by the way, she also calls my father a rapist as well, which is crazy because if you look into the court documents, the only thing that happened, there was no rape whatsoever. So once again, also lying on the truth. I've also shown documents of that on my Twitter.
No idea.
And the other woman is another woman. Minx, known alcoholic, known drug abuser.
Tectone has... Gentlemen, I'm going to just say it. I'm going to just say what happened that day.
Say it. Say it.
So Tectone was...
Yeah, what's up, Sparkle? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just, there's some things I got to get done for work in the morning, so I'm just doing some prep, and we're just kind of chilling with some videos here, so welcome in.
Getting invite. I don't know. Maybe people might not like this. That's too bad. I'm saying it anyway. So this is a few years ago, and this is the first day I actually met Tectone. Second time, actually, I met Tectone. And we were doing his stream for him joining OTK for the first time. And so we were over at Miz's house. Everybody was there. S-Fan was there. I was there. Minx was there. Milano was there. Miz was there. Everybody was there. Nick was there. And so we had a big event, and Tectone was getting announced. And during this event, Minx decided to start drinking. And I like Minx. I've had nothing but positive interactions with Minx. I've talked to her privately. I've hung out with her in real life, not for a very long period of time, but for a bit. I've had no issues with her at all. But I think that she would agree with me when I say that her and alcohol probably don't go very well. And so she was wilding out, going crazy at this live stream. She was going ape shit on this live stream. She was on the floor, and then Milano was giving her more drinks as well. S-Fan gets really upset about this, and he gets mad, and then he makes a scene out of it, which, to be fair, S-Fan was right. It was insane that it was happening. And basically, Minx, I'm just going to say it, Minx ruined Tectone's announcement video. She did, because at the end of it, on fucking LSF, the only thread that was there wasn't even about Tectone. It was about Minx getting drunk as fuck at the event. And then, oh, it gets even better than that. So I know, maybe I shouldn't say this. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. This was an instrumental domino in us losing our sponsorship with Chipotle. We had a Chipotle sponsorship, and we lost it, and this was one of the reasons why. I was so mad. And it's also like, by the way, yes, Minx, no, I'm not going to blame Minx for everything, right? I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying there's a reason why Tectone has a vendetta against Minx. As I said before, Minx, so I went over, because she was staying at S-Fan's house for a while, and she had these two black cats. And one of these black cats was just the most, like, I mean, she had to, like, hand feed this thing. She's like hand feeding it, and like she's bringing it around on a pillow. Like this cat is like a reincarnation of the Buddha, right? Like she's like hand feeding this cat. And Larry, is it Larry? I don't know if it's Larry or not. I don't remember the name. And I'm just watching this happen, and I'm like, oh my God, this cat owns her. And it's like, I mean, it was kind of cute, right? It was a nice cat. I petted the cat. And, you know, I've had only good relationships with Minx. Everything's been fine. As I said before, I don't have problems with people. But from Tectone's perspective, she absolutely stole the spotlight away from Tectone joining OTK. And that event had so much drama because of Minx. That's what happened. I just got to say it. This drama is so fucking stupid. Streamers aren't real people. Yes, real people are worse. Real people are absolutely worse. What are you talking about? Drunk Minx equals harassment 3 years later? Well, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm giving a background on this because I thought it was a funny story to tell.
Known Schizo goes live on Twitter and says, reminder, Tectone's dad is a rapist and that I also have sexually assaulted 2 women, according to her.
Hold up.
Another woman who is accusing me of 2 women.
Who was there and got an anime tattoo to feel better after sexually assaulting and degrading his past 2 partners. That's a very big accusation. That's wow. That's a lot to say, isn't it?
According to her. Another woman who is accusing me of crimes. Oh, and trust me, this woman is so deranged, she believes that she's lived with me.
Thought she was over at S-Fans.
I want to remind you, I've met Minx 1 time at the OTK Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, where I joined OTK.
So at the time, so Tectone had to move to Austin in order to join, right? And when he did so, that's whenever he borrowed all the money from Miz, and like this is all very well known. And this is when he was still dating his.
Everyone's in suit coats. Yeah. Well, so I saw Destiny in a suit coat. I'm pretty sure he had like just come from court or something like that. It was the other day, and he was doing like a late night stream, I think, or something. And yeah, he was wearing a suit on stream, which was super weird to see. Tectone, I'm not even familiar with too much, so I don't even know what he normally looks like. You know, I've only seen a few videos about him. I think I heard about him on Chud Logic stream. Ethan and Hassan, are they wearing suits now? Is it ever since their debate, pretty much, or what the fuck is Hassan wearing a suit for? Like a photo shoot? What's that fucking like really cheesy cliche t-shirt brand that used to like 10 years ago, maybe even longer than that, like 10 or 15 years ago, there was like this t-shirt brand that was like very representative of like dudes that were into MMA, and like UFC fighters would wear them. What was the name of that brand? It was like it looked like kind of tribal, the logo. I forget what it was called, but it was super. It was like a meme unto itself. The shirt brand. They were in the debate. Yeah. He's always dumb and extra. Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw Hassan wearing a suit one time, and it's when he had a couple of his friends on his stream. Actually, it was the stream where he was showing his friends who Asmongold was. He was telling his friends like, "Hey, have you ever seen Asmongold before?" And this was like when everything was like beefing between them. Actually, this is probably after the whole inferior culture thing. And I think we even watched it on the stream, but I think he was in a suit in that stream where he was showing his friends who Asmongold was. No, not Boss. Oh man, what was the name of it? Let's see. Tap out, affliction, stuff like this. Tap out and affliction. These things. Like I imagine like fucking Hassan wearing like tap out and affliction shit, you know? Like that. That's definitely the brand. Yeah, what's up, Casey? Anyways, that's the kind of just like shirt I imagine Hassan would be wearing most of the time, like either a tap out shirt or affliction or something like that.
His wife at the time, Freem, and him and Freem are living together. So, yeah, Tectone, as far as I know, never lived with Minx. He's dating his wife. Yeah, isn't that gay? No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know.
Met her one time. Since then, I have lived with minimum a partner, a wife, or a roommate, or a girlfriend.
You look so uncomfortable on the couch where she wears a chicken costume on the floor. Honestly, after that stream, I hung out with Minx for a while off stream, and everything was fine, and there were no issues. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't like. Again, this is another like. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but like every interaction that I have with people is never bad. I never have bad interactions with people. Isn't that interesting?
Throughout my entirety of living here, never once have I lived by myself. I have always had someone living with me the entire time I've been down in Austin. And this woman is so deranged that she thinks that I lived with her. Now, I don't know what
I don't think Tectone
gorgeous
did. I don't remember
bald
that.
man with a beautiful beard she must be having sex with on a daily basis and her STD-ridden pussy to think that it's me. But I assure you, I have never lived with this woman. I don't even know this woman outside of a one-time interaction where there was 50 other streamers there. Now, you might be wondering, why did I get banned for 7 days on twitch.tv/Tectone? Why did Twitch deem me worthy of a 7-day ban? Because I called them whores. Yep, I called 2 women with OnlyFans whores, which
I think that if he did this without it being without them attacking him, I would support Twitch banning him and say that it was fair. But these are 2 people who have antagonized Tectone and made claims and insults about him multiple times. And I think at that point, if you enter into the arena of insults and attacks, you need to expect to get it back. That's it. So it's like if somebody's talking shit and then you talk shit back, yes, they have flagged for PvP. How is Tectone getting a dishonorable kill when they were the ones that flagged for PvP in the first place? It's not fair. That's bullshit.
Is, by the way, by definition, a factual statement. OnlyFans girls who are sex workers are prostitutes. Prostitutes are whores. Whores are prostitutes. Prostitutes are sex workers. I got banned for 2 weeks for calling a fat person fat. I got banned for 7 days for calling a whore a whore. And now, I'm sorry if that terminology upsets you, but the problem is that doesn't make it any less true.
I don't even think that that's the point. I mean, if they want to, even if you want to say that it's degrading for him to say that, they both should have gotten banned. There is a world where one person gets banned. There's a world where neither of them get banned, and there's a world where both of them get banned. But there should not be a world where one of them gets banned. That's outrageous. It's the double standards.
And the reality...
This guy thinks he's the bald Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is bald. But Andrew Tate's already bald. Like, what? Have you seen a picture of him? What an idiot.
Is when I go live and I tell the truth and I get banned for 7 days and then
Asmongold was on his son's stream to discuss the drama right after the Inferior Culture. Do you ever react to the interaction? I don't know if I did. I do remember it. I do remember watching it. And I will say, you know, I think that I got to give credit where credit's due. I think Hassan was very civil and diplomatic about it up until a point. I don't remember the whole interaction, but I remember Hassan engaging with, and Casey's going to crucify me for this one, Hassan engaging with Asmongold in a very good faith way throughout that interaction. I don't remember if it ended a little bit spicier than it started, but I do remember at least watching it. I don't think that I ever reacted to it on stream. Or is almost worse if they do sex work. Like, usually the R word on someone with a disability is basically the worst thing you could do ever. Well, hold on, let me go back to this. I want to hear this part again that he said.
And you had
of them gets banned for that
whole attitudes.
Flagged for PvP in the first place. It's not fair. That's bullshit.
Is, by the way, by definition, a factual statement. OnlyFans girls who are sex workers are prostitutes. Prostitutes are whores. Whores are prostitutes. Prostitutes are sex workers.
I don't know, because the prostitute has like this an inference of like financial transaction, whereas I don't know if whore does. I don't know. Maybe you guys can correct me on that. But does whore imply the same kind of thing that prostitute does? Because I don't know. I've always thought that whore can be kind of like interchangeable with slut. you know.
I got banned for 2 weeks for calling a fat person fat. I got banned for 7 days for calling a whore. And now, I'm sorry if that terminology upsets you, but the problem is that doesn't make it any less true.
I don't even think that that's the point. I mean, if they want to, even if you want to say that it's degrading for him to say that, they both should have gotten banned. There is a world where one person gets banned. There's a world where neither of them get banned, and there's a world where both of them get banned. But there should not be a world where one of them gets banned. That's outrageous. It's the double standards.
And the reality...
This guy thinks he's the bald Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is bald. But Andrew Tate's already bald. Wait, what? Have you seen a picture of it? What an idiot.
Is when I go live and I tell the truth and I get banned for 7 days, and then you have these same women where I am only calling that out of defense. I'm only calling them that out of defense because they have provoked me by accusing me of crimes that I have not committed.
Yeah, and it's like also like, I mean, let's just ask the question, right? What's worse, calling somebody a whore or calling somebody a rapist? Everybody knows it's a rapist. That's obviously the worst one. It's the worst by a million times. It's not even remotely close. It's defamation. It's completely indefensible, right? And so, yes, absolutely. And so, like, there's this, again, it's a massive inversion of logic here. Total inversion of logic. Double standards? Yeah.
Going in on allegations that went fucking nowhere almost a year ago now.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty reasonable if I call them a name or two. So I want to let you guys all know this.
No, it's simple. If somebody calls you a name, you get to call them a name. That's the way it works. If you flag for PvP, you can't be surprised when somebody else attacks you back. That's the way it is. If you want to throw eggs at people, don't be surprised if they throw a rock back at you. You don't like it? Don't throw any eggs.
This is the same website where Hassan calls me a rapist, where Hassan calls Nuxtaku a pedophile, who calls Mudahar a pedophile, who calls Asmongold a pedophile and a...
He got a lot of these.
...mother killer, bringing up Asmongold's dead mother. No ban. No punishment.
No, I never reported
Mike from PA calls me a pedophile.
I think that Mike from PA...
What's the lore there? I remember hearing this earlier. What's the lore about Asmongold and his mom? I mean, if Hassan was digging in on that, I don't know if that's like toss or anything. But it's definitely fucking tasteless, man. That is fucking without class, bro. Unless there's some kind of lore there. I mean, it sounds like the lore is that Asmongold did something that killed his mom or something, or what's the deal there? I hated each one of these recent interaction. Mostly thought Hassan did a bad job of coming across thoughtful, and he had no sense for connecting with Asmongold's audience. Okay. Yeah, I think you and I are in the same neighborhood on that one. We're probably not on the same street, but we're probably in the same neighborhood. I don't know, because maybe I'm just so used to seeing Hassan in a certain light, and then when he had toned it down for Asmongold, it just seemed like diplomatic almost, which was just not how I was used to seeing him. So you know what? Maybe I'm gonna have to watch that this weekend. I'm curious now. I want to see that. I'm gonna watch that this weekend for sure. Maybe tomorrow tomorrow I got hockey. I'll probably be on tomorrow anyway. We'll see. I'm gonna watch it at some point this weekend. I remember watching it, but I was kind of like cooking dinner while I was listening to it. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't hear about it up until Tecton brought it up. Can't see receipts anywhere clearly though. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's some lore there about his mom, but I mean, there's got to be if there's enough for Hassan to bring it up. You know.
A pedophile and a...
He got a lot of these.
Mother killer, bringing up Asmongold's dead mother. No ban. No punishment.
No, I never reported
Mike from PA calls me a pedophile.
I think that Mike from PA, I think Hassan is paying Mike. Because compared to Mike, Hassan is reasonable. Like, Mike is insane. It's like basically like he's so.
There's a video with a clickbaity title about it back in 20. Okay, gotcha. Well, there'll be something to look at too this weekend. We'll look at the lore there. I've never watched Mike from PA. What is the deal with Mike from PA? I've heard his name all over the place. I've heard his name from Hassan, from Asmongold, from Destiny, from Vosh, from basically everybody that's in the scene. And I have never watched Mike from PA ever. What is his deal? Is he like a horrible person or something, or he's a ruckus? What's his deal? I don't know. I've heard that name a million times. I've even seen it like on Twitch, you know, like as like a recommended channel or whatever. But I have never watched it ever. He's an idiot. I'll take Casey's word for it. Casey's probably right about that one. Is he a leftist or something? What's his deal?
Oh, bad. It's like a target dummy, you know? Like, Hassan's got to be paying this guy to be like, well, you know, you can't get mad at Hassan because look at Mike. I mean, geez. Mike has his own minions paying? Yeah, I don't know. Do the girls say that on stream or just Twitter? So you're asking the question, did the girls say that on stream or just on Twitter? That actually doesn't matter. So you bring up a good point, and I think this is something that people would ask, so I want to address this question. Twitch has a rule on off-platform behavior, and what that means is that if you harass another creator or you say something off-platform, okay. You can still be held accountable for it on the platform. Right. So it shouldn't matter, and it doesn't matter whether they said it on Twitch or on Twitter. They still said it, and this was a policy that they implemented about 5 years ago. So this distinction doesn't mean anything.
Calls Nuxtaku a pedophile. Calls Asmongold a pedophile. Yep. Calls him a murderer. No ban. Calls for the death of Asmongold. No ban. Denims, who is also called for the death of Asmongold. No ban. Hassan, who has radicalized his audience to supporting terrorism. No ban. Frogan, who supported 9/11. No ban. I called OnlyFans girl a whore after she called me a rapist. A career-ending, life-ending accusation.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Like, calling somebody that, I mean, again, like, we just got done talking about this with Donald and Elon, right? Like, this is that is a nuclear weapon. Like, you don't, like, there's like maybe 3 things, like, actually probably, like, doing weird stuff with kids is like the only thing that's worse than that on the tier list. And fuck, half of them do that too.
Oh, man.
Because how close, be honest, how close you are to a streamers union? Oh, we don't need any of that. Yeah, the N-word? No, the N-word is not even remote.
Streamers union? Is that actual discourse? Is there fucking discourse about a streamers union? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, bro. A streamers union. There's a channel called Rob's Media who does very good curative work called Idiot Influencers. Okay. Oh, that actually sounds like something to check out then. Maybe we'll do that this weekend too. He covered Mike and the vid on him just about an hour long. Okay. Interesting. Oh, we'll probably have to check that out too. I need to learn about this Mike from PA guy. Like I said, I've seen him all over the place, like in terms of like recommended channels, and I know everybody talks about him, but I've never once watched him. Link it in Discord. Yeah. Throw the link in the Discord. We'll watch it this weekend.
Only close.
But is there actual discourse about a streamers union? Do people actually take, like, is that real? Do people actually really think that they want to do that?
Somebody getting exposed for using the N-word, nobody cares about that compared to being a rapist or a weirdo with like kids. Like it's a mountain and a molehill. Like, yeah, obviously it's bad that like somebody's using that and like, yeah, sure, right? I mean, people aren't going to like it. But I don't see why it's bad to say nuclear. Yeah, you're right. I mean, like, what? I mean, it's literally like, I feel like we should have more nuclear power plants.
They get no punishment. I get 7 days. Do we get why this is a problem now?
Yeah.
Do we understand why this is bad? And sure, could you make the argument, well, he deserved it? Sure.
So did they. That's fine. And that's the thing is like, and a little bit of fact checking. I don't think that Frogan ever said explicitly that she supported 9/11. And I don't know if Mike from PA or Denim's ever put out a hit on me personally, but they did on other people instead, which is like, again, this is a fucking, am actually thing, right? But like, it is slightly different. She did. She did not. She did not do that to me. She didn't. I had to deal with the FBI on this. I looked through it. This is not, it's just not true. It was about Mark Kern. It was not about me. It's just simply not. Like, look, I think Denim's does a number of things that are reprehensible. Oh, 9/11 she did? Oh, really? I didn't see that. I never saw that. Let's make a 9/11 cake? I don't care. I don't think that means that you endorse 9/11. Like, it's something I would have done as an edgy boy. Yeah, that's not enough for me. It's not brand friendly, and it's bad. And, like, it's making fun of a tragedy for sure. I mean, look, I am, again, I'm the most honest, the most humble, the most authentic, the most pro-feminist, the most pro-LGBT, the most pro-trans.
Oh, he sounds so right-wing. He sounds so right-wing. What a fucking right-wing fucking mastermind. Oh my god. Asmongold is right-wing. Bernie Sanders is right-wing. Everybody's fucking right-wing nowadays. Streamers Union, wouldn't surprise me seeing that fucking Hassan did work for SAG protest. Oh, really? He did? What the fuck does Hassan have to do with SAG? Was he just... Oh, I guess he was probably just supporting him during the strike. 4.7 viewers. PPG adores Mike's commentary and dislikes him as a person, but kept donating Mike subs even though he kept getting banned. You know what that deserves? Oh, man. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. In honor of the fucking toxic lying douchebag and Grand Design's poignant lore fact there. We'll give PPG is wrong. Amazing. That sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, PPG fucking... I mean, don't get me wrong. I like throwing money at streamers that I enjoy. I enjoy, like, supporting streamers that actually, you know, put effort into what they do. And are entertaining. But PPG, like, I don't know what he does. Like, he didn't he give, like, 10 grand to fucking Chink and Anna, and he fucking dropped a shit ton of money on Nikki and, like, other, like, smaller streamers, and Mike from PA, I guess, you know, probably like Kyle Kalinske too, or something like that. Who knows? He's an ML from what I remember. Okay, gotcha.
The most open streamer, right? Everybody knows this. But I'm just trying to be honest. I'm just trying to keep it real. That's it.
But Twitch, I wouldn't have to make these comments if you guys would do your fucking job.
Yeah.
If you guys were to ban people equally and fairly when they cross the line,
yes,
then I wouldn't think that I can do the same thing as the rest of these fucking people. I suppose I'm a martyr.
I love it. So yeah. This is the way I see it too, right? Is that there is very obviously a two-tier system on Twitch where certain people are held accountable for their behavior and other people are not. This will cost Twitch a lot in the long run, and it will make people not trust Twitch's moderation, and it will make people want to go to different platforms because they don't trust that Twitch will treat them fairly.
I suppose I can once again get punished for the wrongdoings of everybody else, and maybe that will put the fear in them to get their act together.
Right.
But it won't. because these people know
They're
they
protected.
can get away
Yeah.
with these misdeeds, with these malpractices, because you don't enforce your TOS fairly.
They don't.
You do not enforce your TOS equally. And this is why I will be streaming on Kick and YouTube every single fucking day during this ban. Again.
Smart.
This is pathetic
Very
rat
smart.
fuck behavior. And Twitch, I would like to let you know now, 24 hours ago, I have already recruited over 55 streamers to stream on YouTube and Kick. It has now been 72 hours, and I have now recruited over 110 creators to stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick.
He's building Dumbledore's army. Bro. Bro, it's over for Twitch. It's fucking over. Oh.
I mean, I don't know if it's over just because of this, but I've been saying it for a while. I think fucking Twitch is going to get shelved at some point. You know, I don't know that it's going to explode or implode or whatever, but I just think Amazon's just going to be like, why are we doing this? You know, I think it's a great way to showcase, you know, AWS products, but I think that's it. That's all it does. PPG accuses people of being right-wingers, then after 5 minutes admits he himself supports that type of political action that he himself calls right-wing. I mean, I've had this conversation with him a million times. You know, the thing is, like, he'll call himself a leftist, but then when you talk to him about, you know, things involving, like, LGBTQ or, I don't know, DEI or, you know, typical stuff like that, he does have more of a right-wing bent to him. Like, I remember calling him out specifically, like, he was talking about some of that stuff, and I was like, you don't sound very, you know, left lib to me, you know, because left lib is like the ultimate good guy, right? The further left you are is good guy, but then you can go auth or you can go lib, and if you go left lib, then it's like, oh, you are a superhero. You are a superhero. And everybody else is a horrible, evil person. But I remember calling out PPG, and I was just like, man, you know, my views are pretty. I don't know if I would never call them right wing, but they're certainly right wing compared to a lot of people on Twitch. But I have no problem with fucking people being gay, people being trans, people, you know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not for reparations, but you know, in terms of cash payments, but I am in favor of like programs and things like that for Black and Native American and Black and Indigenous communities, like, you know, just college grants and things like that. You know, I have no problem with stuff like that. So even I would say like a lot of that side of me was probably more, I don't know if it's left, but it's certainly more lib. And I just remember calling PPG out, and I was like, he was like against some of this stuff. I forget specifically because it was such a long time ago when we talked about it. But I just remember saying, like, you don't sound like you actually like, you know, liberty or freedom, you know, with, you know, lowercase f, lowercase l. I'm not talking about the stars and stripes, liberty and freedom. I'm just talking about the concepts in general. He loves Castro and celebrate him. Arresting hundreds of thousands of males to save the revolution for America, returning to Cuba. Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course. He loves Xi. He loves Castro. I remember asking him. I asked him if you could do. I remember asking him this specifically. If you could snap your fingers, and the cartel would disappear, would you do it? And he thought about it. And then he said, no, I wouldn't do it. But then he realized how stupid that sounded. And then he said, actually, wait, no, I would do that. But then he went into this whole fucking diatribe about the CIA and like basically just deflected anything that could have been, you know, derogatory towards the cartel and just talked about the CIA the entire time. And I was like, whatever, dude. You know, if I ask 100 people, 99% of them or 99 of them would Thanos snap the cartel in an instant. They would. You know, the one person that wouldn't is you, fucking PPG, because for some reason you probably like lionize them or idolize them or something.
Oh shit.
This is not a good look for you guys. This is a horrible look. You
Yeah.
should be ashamed.
It is
because
embarrassing.
you know this shit is unfair. You know this shit is bullshit. And you can't have a TOS where you do not enforce it equally
total bullshit.
amongst all creators. And this is the reason why you guys are getting fucking sued. And now you guys know that these people in a court of law.
It's actually not true. It's another reason why they're getting sued. There's multiple reasons why they're getting sued.
Use me as an example of you guys unfairly, once again, misusing your TOS. I call these women a name as an insult when they are giving me life-ending, career-threatening allegations and accusations.
Exactly. Yeah, it's totally disproportionate and distorted. That Tectone calls somebody a whore, which I don't support. Like, I don't call girls. Okay, that's not true. I don't Well, okay, I do, but like, okay, I don't do it. Okay, well. Anyway, like, it's, yeah, you know how it is.
This is the reason why so many male creators have disappeared over false allegations. You guys need to take this shit seriously. It's pathetic.
Yeah, calling somebody a rapist is just, you shouldn't be able to do that on Twitch without any evidence or anything like that. That's an insane thing to say. And there's just no world where calling somebody a rapist with unsubstantiated claims is in any capacity not worse than calling someone a whore. It's not even remote. It's not even 1% of the career of like the damage that it does to a person's career.
And you guys should be ashamed. Now, I'm going to be over here on YouTube and Kick making way more fucking money than I ever made on your platform, regardless. And Twitch, I want to let you know, in 3 days, I have now made more money on Kick than I made in a month on streaming on Twitch.
Wow, it took him 3 days. It only took me 2.
About the money that I'm losing off of Twitch at all. I don't need it. I'm a multimillionaire. However, just understand, I'm not going away. And in 7 days, I will come back. And I will continue to showcase the hypocrisy and the blatant abuse of power being used by your moderation team that is treating your streamers like shit unfairly, besides the one you like. You should be ashamed. The best way to get revenge if you are upset on Twitch right now.
I mean, look, I don't know how many Hassan fans are out there. Probably only Casey. So I guess this will probably just be to Casey. But I mean, like, you know, I think if I asked everybody, does Hassan get away with murder on Twitch, basically, everybody would say yes. But I'm curious what Casey would say there. Because it sounds like he does. It sounds like he's the fucking golden child and he can do no wrong.
Is to share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and be there every single time I go live. So I can be a constant reminder of how this platform keeps on getting fucking worse. What a fucking joke. May God have mercy on your soul. Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day. How nice. What a good guy. And so anyway, yeah, no, I agree with him, right? I do. I think it's completely distorted and disproportionate that Tectone gets held accountable for this type of stuff. I'll give you guys, I'll link it to you guys. Obviously, like, this video, like, massively blew up. Tons of people are supporting it. And I'm really not that surprised either. It was.
Okay. This is some kind of fucking Nick Fuentes versus Kyle Kalinske thing. I don't know. I came across it on Secular Talk, which I assume is like Kyle Kalinski's channel or something. So we'll see. I don't know.
Is there a time period of cringe new atheism on Reddit? Sure. But let's also not forget, they're right. They're right. That this fucking stupid-ass religious thinking gets us objectively worse things every single step of the way. And that's what this guy is cheerleading. This is the movement that he's leading. More fascist, more Christian nationalist, more, here we go.
Country are furious. They don't like my hatred for the poor. They don't like that, and I don't know why. I don't get it. But I don't care, because I do fucking hate the poor.
Oh my God.
He said, I don't care. I do fucking hate the poor. And you're going to lead a mass movement. You're going to lead a revolution in this country. You hate the fucking poor. Well, you know, in this country that accounts for what? At least the bottom 50%? Do you have any idea the massive income and wealth inequality in this country and how much regular people are struggling to get by. Up like over 60% of the country lives paycheck to paycheck. And by the way, these people work hard and bust their ass and try to take care of their family. And they live in a hyper-capitalist exploitative system dominated by billionaires and robber barons, screwing them on a daily basis, trying to take away their health care, take away any semblance of a social safety net, make them fucking peasants to corporate overlords. That's the world that we live in. And you're going to go out on your show and rant.
As the tier creators who get away with the stuff, so is Asmon. No one's been banned as much as Amaranth, who eventually I believe just left on her own accord, but was banned like 15 times. Oh yeah. I get the. What am I? I think I follow that banned streamers account on Twitter, and I get alerts from time to time, and like a lot, Amaranth popped up a lot. It would just be like Amaranth banned for 24 hours or whatever. Has Asmon been banned a lot? What's up, Edge? 50? 50. All right. Welcome in.
About how you hate the poor. Well, then I hope the poor hate you right back, son. That's what I hope.
And I hate poor people and I hate poverty, and I'm sick of lying about it. I'm not going to pretend that I don't, okay? I love the rich.
This is your hero, y'all? This is your anti-establishment crusader because what? He criticizes Trump from his right? Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. We don't even need to go any further on that one. And then there's this classic. Everybody remembers this one.
The feel when you're totally not pressed. The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your...
Oh, that was such a banger clip. That went fucking mad viral. Wrong window. Sorry. No worries. Maybe twice, but everyone in that viewer size is... Yeah, okay. Yep.
The feel when you're totally not pressed. The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling? Dude, it's a ceiling made of fucking bricks. You will never break it. Your stupid face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie. Your body, our choice. No more abortions. Yeah, that's right. No more abortions. No more food stamps. Sorry, honey.
And then finally, to this question of him being a Nazi, I often reference this, that him and Alex Jones had a debate. And how long ago was this debate? Let me see. 2 years ago. They had this debate. And literally the whole point of the debate was, is Hitler based? Like, literally, that's the whole debate. And here, just a little taste of it for you.
Get the Hitler thing out of the way. Do you actually admire Adolf Hitler?
In some ways, yes.
Kyle, you're smearing him by calling him a Nazi, bro. He just loves Hitler in the same... It's like what Alex said to Kanye, remember? He was like, oh, what you mean is you love, like, the Hugo Boss uniforms, right? They actually look really cool, right? That's what you mean when you say you admire the Nazis, right? Softball down the center of the plate, and Kanye fucking whiffs it. He's like, no, I love Hitler. I love him. I don't even need to say anything else. I rest my case. And there's a real important reason why we're doing this segment. Is because people should not misconstrue us covering right-wing assholes ripping each other's faces off as any sort of endorsement of anybody involved in the fight. No, they can both be absolutely loathsome, grotesque cretins, but we can enjoy the blood sports, and we can enjoy them destroying the right-wing movement from the outside, because ultimately, that outcome, that consequence is based as fuck. So yes, Nick, go forward. Plow ahead. Every day, go after these other right-wingers who you think are total charlatans and sellouts and this and that, and I will enjoy it from afar. So, but don't get it twisted. Ain't no fucking love for any Nazis here. And if anything, it's the exact opposite of what you say. He was like, oh, stop saying the worst person you know made a great point. Maybe I'm just right about stuff, bro. Maybe I'm...
Stop saying the worst person you know made a good point.
I'm just right about stuff, bro. Or maybe we're just right about stuff. Maybe the leftists are just right about everything. Maybe that. All right, guys. That's the show, y'all. Love you very much. You know the drill, everybody.
That must be nice to just be right about everything.
Please click like, click subscribe, all that fun stuff. Click that bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. You can support the show on Patreon. That link is below. Remember, this is real independent media. I've never talked to any advertiser ever, never done an ad read ever. You guys support the show from the ground up. Also, go subscribe to Corin's World on YouTube. I would deeply, deeply appreciate that. You could also...
All right, what else? Greta Thunberg is a hero. Here we go.
I think that they are incredibly brave for doing this, and I hope that Israel...
Fact check false. What's up, Shane? It is nice.
does not actually end up striking this humanitarian aid flotilla, but they most likely will try to apprehend it.
Democracy depends on a free press. Please support our independent journalism ship to deliver humanitarian aid. The boat is called the Madeleine, named after Gaza's first fisherwoman who ran her father's fishing business after he was injured in a 2009 Israeli attack. The Freedom Flotilla Coalition initially planned to sail from Malta last month.
Yeah, this is a great take. Chatters are emotionally focused on the punishment of perpetrators rather than the liberation currently desperately needed. It's a misdirection of energy. Lock-in chat is correct.
But their ship was damaged after it was bombed by drones in international waters. At Sunday's launch of the Madeleine from the Italian port of Catania, actor Liam Cunningham, known for his role in the series Game of Thrones, spoke out in support of the effort.
Oh.
My name is Liam. I'm from Ireland.
They're so gross, dude. Hamas is doing everything possible to prevent it and is spreading lies, but Gaza residents are voting with their feet and with smiles. Civilians in Gaza arrived again this morning to collect aid packages from the Gaza Humanitarian Fund. After we starved every single person here and shot a bunch of their family members and killed a bunch of their family members, they are excited at the prospect of receiving a crumb of aid. They love us. Incredible.
The reason I'm here, as far as I'm concerned, the heart and soul of humanity is in Gaza. For me, this attack, this genocide, is not just on Palestinians, it is on the whole human race. These wonderful, brave people who are setting off on this boat are heroes. And also the people of Gaza for the last 600 days.
Israel announced the vessel where Greta is sailing will be denied entry into Gaza waters. Okay. She's suicidal. This is not a normal activity that helps Gaza at all. I mean, how much could she possibly be bringing? I think I saw a video of her, like, you know, like an Instagram reel of just, you know, her on the ship wearing a keffiyeh or something like that. And she was just like, I can't wait to bring, you know, food and aid, medical supplies over there. How much could she possibly be? I mean, look, anything's good. It's pretty fucked situation over there. So obviously anything is good, but still, how much could she possibly be bringing to make a dent in how much actually is needed over there?
Are heroes. They are, in my mind, they will always be heroes.
A group of 12 activists are carrying the aid for Gaza, including the Swedish activist Greta Thunberg, who will join us from the Madeleine ship in a minute. She spoke Sunday at the launch.
A month after our latest attempt to go on with this mission, the boat was bombed twice. All evidence suggests Israel. And we are doing this because we have to keep our promise to the Palestinians to do everything in our power to protest against the genocide and to try to open up a humanitarian corridor.
This is why I call ProPublica, because this is how Amy Goodman says ProPublica. I get all my notes from Amy Goodman, my queen. Greta Thunberg.
Since setting sail, passengers on the flotilla have faced many threats, including from U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, who wrote on X, quote, "Hope Greta and her friends can swim," unquote. The Gaza Freedom Flotilla has also been shadowed by at least one military helicopter and have reported drones circulating the ship. This is Thiago Avila.
Hello, everyone. This is a new alert. We can clearly see a drone right now to our left. It's gaining on us a little bit. Please share this alert. Second alert of the night. The third day of our journey to Gaza to break the siege and create the People's Humanitarian Corridor on board the Medellin. Please share our location. We'll be sending the exact coordinates.
In 2010, Israel conducted a deadly raid on another Gaza-bound aid ship, the Mavi Marmara. Israeli commandos stormed the boat in international waters, killing 9 people. A 10th died after 4 years in a coma. For more, we're joined from the international waters by Greta Thunberg, the internationally renowned Swedish climate activist.
Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg. You know what? I mean, look, you know, if people want to fucking, you know, get the accent right, I don't have a problem with that. I do that with Spanish. But I do that with Spanish because I can speak Spanish. Okay? If these people are out there getting the fucking accent perfectly right, and they don't speak the language, then I'm just like, whatever. I mean, how much effort do you really put into fucking to doing that? I think it's just more like a virtue signal. But if you actually speak the language, then that's a whole different thing. Yo, Skade. What's up, bud? How you doing? That's not even how her name's pronounced. I thought it was like Thunberg. I thought it was just simple, like Thunberg. But she's like Thunberg. Welcome in. How you doing, bud? Much more productive. What's up, Evan? How you doing? Welcome in.
Is known for inspiring the global youth climate strike. In 2019, she received the Right Livelihood Award. She's also been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Greta is speaking to us aboard the Gaza Freedom Flotilla's vessel Madeleine, which is on this voyage from Sicily to Gaza, again carrying life-saving aid in an attempt to break Israel's siege of the Gaza Strip. Greta, it's really something to see you on that ship right now. Can you tell us why you're taking this journey, extremely dangerous, and how you're planning to challenge the Israeli blockade?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, as you said, we are doing this mission following 1 month after our last attempt. Both Conscience was bombed and disabled. So that's why we are trying again, because we cannot afford to give up. There is simply too much at stake. And in times of injustice, as we are seeing now, the genocide and blockade happening, we have to do everything we can to demand an end to these atrocities and war crimes committed by Israel. And for me personally,
they've tried to do this already. Yes, they did this in 2010. A Turkish humanitarian aid flotilla wanted to break through the Israeli naval blockade, and was shot and killed. 9 of the humanitarian aid workers were killed on board. They also tried to do another humanitarian aid flotilla last year. Turkey did not allow them to leave the Turkish docks. Then they tried to do it from Europe, and Israel struck their boat off the coast of Malta. This is yet another attempt. Now with Greta Thunberg and numerous other people. Was she even alive in 2010? No, she wasn't. It's not.
Doesn't even sound like he's getting it right. It sounds like he's saying like Turnenberg. Aid to Gaza is not a problem. The blockade is the problem. This looks like a PR stunt. Yeah, I agree with you, Skate. I agree with that. It brings attention to the blockade, therefore it's based. Haters gonna hate. Okay. Greta, there's nothing at stake if you lose aid in life because you are just being stopped by Israel with ease. Yeah. All right.
Not the same people, chatter. I think that they are incredibly brave for doing this, and I hope that Israel does not actually end up striking this humanitarian aid flotilla, but they most likely will try to apprehend it. Like the Israeli Navy will most likely try to commandeer the ship.
I
happen to have a platform for some reason, and then it is my moral obligation to use that platform. And if my presence on this boat can make a difference, if that can show in any way that the world has not forgotten about Palestine, and to try once again to attempt to break the siege and open up the humanitarian corridor and deliver the extremely needed humanitarian aid.
Yeah. Also, Rima Hassan is there. She's a member of the European Parliament, a part of France Unbowed, the France Unbowed Party. Every other country shooting it would be considered a declaration of war against NATO, but Israel gets to do stuff like that usually, so we shall see.
Then that is a risk I'm willing to take, and it's something that we just simply have to do. We cannot just sit around and do nothing and watch this live stream genocide unfold in front of our very eyes. So we are doing this because we are human beings who care.
Yes, I know. An 8-minute state of play is going to start, and we'll watch the state of play as tens of thousands of people will run away from the
about justice
from the stream.
And when our complicit governments fail to step up, it falls on us, unfortunately.
Does anybody know how much aid she's bringing? I mean, like this looks like a civilian vessel. Like how much aid? Again, like any aid's good aid. And if she can't get through, then whatever. I mean, there's nothing you can do there. But how much aid could she possibly be bringing?
Fortunately, to do so.
And Greta, could you talk about how you see the issue of Palestinian freedom connecting to or intersecting with the issue that you're best known for, which is climate change activism?
Yeah. For me, there's no way of distinguishing the two. We cannot have climate justice without social justice. The reason why I am a climate activist...
This is a great take. What she's about to say here is a really smart take.
...is not because I want to protect trees. I'm a climate activist because I care about human and planetary well-being, and those are extremely interlinked. For example, when we see the genocide in Gaza, of course, there are some very obvious links that ecocide, environmental destruction, is a very common method used in war and to oppress people. But also, it should be much simpler than that. No matter what the cause of the suffering is, whether that is CO2, whether that is bombs, whether that is state repression or other forms of violence, we have to stand up against that source of suffering. And if we pretend to care about the environment, if we pretend to care about the climate and our children's future without seeing and acknowledging and fighting against the suffering of all marginalized people today, then that is an extremely racist approach to justice that excludes the majority of the world's population.
And how? What is the mood aboard the ship? You have participants from Brazil, France, Germany, Spain, and you yourself are Swedish. What's the mood there?
The mood on board the ship is, I would say, that our spirits are very high and we are very determined to continue. So far, we have won over one of the major predicted obstacles, which is to be stuck in port due to the bureaucratic warfare that has been very strong, especially in the past. And the fact that we have gotten over that and that we are out sailing now and that we have gotten quite a far bit is already a victory in itself. And of course, this mission includes many risks, and we have done many risk assessments. But of course, we deem the risk of silence and the risk of inaction to be so much more deadly than this mission, of course. And we are 12 peaceful volunteers who are not carrying weapons. We are carrying food, medical supplies, and sanitary products and other very needed humanitarian aid into Gaza following the blockade. and we will meet whatever is thrown at us with non-violence in any scenario.
They're planning on reaching the Gaza Strip by June 7th.
So we are trying to prepare and to maximize our safety and the success of this mission as much as we can.
Greta, as you attempt to bring in baby formula, medical kits, flour, prosthetics for kids with amputations, the Israeli military has threatened to block the Freedom Flotilla. The Israeli army says it's prepared to raid your ship. We know what happened to the Mavi Marmara with the Israeli raid and the killing of 9 activists on board. Ultimately, a 10th died. So are you seeing drones? How are you prepared to deal?
Yeah, we are seeing drones. Last night there were 2 different moments where there were drones circulating above us, and we have safety procedures that we will use.
Is there a manifest of the supplies? Yes. What will stop Israel from claiming that Greta is just smuggling guns? They have said that in the past with Mavi Marmara as well. They literally had the audacity to present all of the tools that they found on the ship as weapons of war that they were trying to sneak into the Gaza Strip. The tools that they found on the ship were literally like screwdrivers and kitchen knives, okay? Like, it was insane. They drop shipped commandos from a helicopter onto this humanitarian aid ship and slaughtered 9 aid workers, and then had the audacity to just show all of the cutlery on the to say, oh, these are the weapons that they used against us. Yeah, here it is. Look at all the scary weapons that they had. Terrifying CDs, a keffiyeh, literal kitchen knives, wrenches, screwdrivers, tools used all around the ship, pieces of wooden sticks, sanding discs, not CDs. Okay, sorry. Oh, that makes it extra scary. I apologize. Especially when you present it right above, like a hook. There's a hook here, a keffiyeh, sanding discs. I mean, obviously these are tools of mass destruction, worthy of immediate retaliation.
And we have different scenarios that we are prepared for to try to maximize our safety in a non-violent way. So we are trying to do our very best, and it shows quite a bit that peaceful volunteers who are carrying humanitarian aid and necessary for survival is being threatened to be raided, intercepted, or attacked. I think that says quite a lot about the priorities and approaches of Israel right now. But we must also remember that this mission is not about us. It is not about the voyage or the people on board. This mission is about Palestine. It is about the genocide, the occupation, ethnic cleansing, and the other methods of war and oppression that are being used by Israel against the Palestinians. And we do not only need humanitarian aid to be let into Gaza, we do not only need a ceasefire, we need an end to the occupation.
Do you plan to break the military blockade?
No one of the flotilla have actually showcased the aid. Weird. This is no different from the people that set themselves on fire in its usefulness, in its uselessness. I have no fucking... Look, who was the guy? Aaron something or other? Who was the guy that set himself on fire? It was like an Air Force, it was an airman in the Air Force, I think. Aaron Bushnell or something like that. Bushnell or whatever. I got no people sit there and fucking worship these people for setting themselves on fire. I could care less, man. Look, I don't care how heartless that sounds. Bro, like, I don't even see it as something political. You have some kind of, defect. You have a defect to sit there and fucking light yourself on fire. Fuck that, bro. I remember when that happened, people were just like praising him. Vosh was like, "Oh my God, we need to celebrate Aaron Bushnell or whatever." Kairos was doing it. Everybody was doing it. And I was just like, bro, you're celebrating mental illness. Okay, this person was not well. They set themselves on fire. You don't I get being really passionate about a cause. I totally get that. But taking that guy's mental illness and bringing it into your political cause is fucking bullshit. I mean, I know obviously the guy had a manifesto. I think even there was like some kind of discourse about whether or not this Bushnell person might have been trans or something. Because I remember even Cairo saying, you know, I'm not sure about the pronouns yet. You know, we've heard some things. It might be they, might be she. We're not sure. So, Aaron Barbecue. It's natural to hate her for megalomaniacal delusion. Savior complex dies. Nothing to aid people who need material help, not media attention at this point. She's like autistic or something too, though, right? She's got. I mean, she doesn't have like an Aaron Bushnell thing going on, but isn't she? I think she's like autistic or something. Kairos was trying to say Bushnell was trans, taking away his sacrifice for Israel for Kairos' personal ideological cause fraud. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that. I think I might have even talked to him about it. I might have even jumped on stream with him to talk about it for a little bit. Mostly just because, you know, it involved the military, so I found it interesting. I think I actually talked to him about it. I might not have been streaming, though. I might have just been, like, in the chat and, like, jumped in his Discord. Just for some rough calculations, approximately 21,000 people... 21,000 people, one meal. Kairos made Bushnell stream feature. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember it. But it wasn't just Kairos, too. It was big, huge streamers like Bosch and everything. These people were just like, oh my God, we just need to sit here and mourn our fallen comrade. And it's like, bro, this guy was fucking sick, dude. Okay? Cargo capacity of it. Oh, okay. Interesting, Edge. He also collected aid to some Palestinian cause, but it's well known that these Palestinian funds are actually going to Israel. Oh, really? Oh, well, you know what? I honestly donated $20 to him for that cause, whatever it was. I forget. It was a while back, but I actually gave him like $20 for. I know what the cause you're talking about. I think he is actually still. I think he still has that up on his stream, but I think I gave him like $20 for it because it just seemed like it was a, what am I gonna do with that $20? You know, order some DoorDash. You know, like I was like, okay, you know, I could, you know, but if it's going to Israel, then I don't know, you know. I should not be covered, not be celebrated. It's nothing. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to Israel. Okay. So wait. So is there any organizations that are doing it right, or that are not like fronts for Israel or something?
Aid around Gaza.
Sorry, what did you say?
How do you plan to break the military blockade around Gaza?
We are planning to continue sailing until we cannot sail anymore. It is very difficult to
You don't have a plan, bro. Just say it. We don't have a plan. We're just gonna show up. All right.
predict what scenario it will be, but as far as we know, we are planning to continue as we are now.
And what is your message to folks around the world, especially to young people who throughout the...
I'm going to move into the PlayStation event and then, of course, go back to the same. I'm going to go back to my coverage after. We have an hour. We have an hour where we will cover the PlayStation event.
Probably is, but anything that goes into Palestine goes through Israel. So there's some independent individuals who can actually get stuff in there, but not organizations. Okay. All right, Skate, are you still trying to do that whole, what was it, the Twitch teams or something like that? Was it like me, you, and Casey and Non-Smoker or something? I haven't heard about any of that stuff in a while, but I figured like we probably just wouldn't qualify for it. I think you have to be like you have to be partner, don't you? Media attention will do nothing. That's why either go volunteer on the ground, pay immigration fee for Gaza, or pay for humanitarian aid, and hope it ends up there. We need a partner for that, which means 75 hours, 3 months. We don't have that. Okay. I mean, I think if anybody, you would be the closest one for that. I definitely don't get anywhere near those numbers ever. I do if I get a raid. Sometimes I get a raid from like Reservoir, like some other people that are bigger streamers. So sometimes I get those numbers, but I never average those numbers. Zero coherent idea behind what she had said at the end of the interview. I mean, she just doesn't sound like she has a plan. Just gonna show up and hope somebody feels sorry for her, you know. It's just gonna be a fucking spectacle is what it's gonna be. Time is it? No, it's 4:30. Um. Okay. It's 4:30 here in Texas. I gotta go to bed. I gotta be up in a couple hours for work. So, like I said, this is gonna be just a quick, fun, chill little stream. I'll be on tonight. I do have some hockey to watch. There's game 2 tonight. Panthers at Edmonton. We lost game 1 over there because fucking this douchebag had a stupid penalty in overtime and gave the Oilers a power play and just completely fucked us over. So, pretty important game. I'll be watching that, and then I'll come home after the game and we'll do a stream. We'll watch some of the stuff we were talking about. We'll watch a Mike, whatever that Mike from PA thing was. We'll probably rewatch the whole Asmongold Hassan thing because I am curious about that. And I think there was one other thing, but I don't know. It'll come up. But I appreciate it. I'm gonna raid you guys into Gustix, and I'm gonna go to bed and get a couple hours of sleep. So, I appreciate it. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Skade, Grand, Nader, Evan, Edge, all you guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you later tonight for sure. Peace.
Let me actually show that to you. This is